you might hear in koolFM will not be airing. So most of the time it might be, so your rock weekdays, it will be either it will stay or it would be preempted because of the Sona coverage. Marcos tend to be a little longer when it comes to the Sona coverage, and of course, several of your programming during 3 and 4 p.m. are preempted due to this.
Special coverage.
Yeah, for the special coverage. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we also have sub announcements to several networks. DBC has also premiered its will be also premiering. Sorry, it will be premiering its brand new campaign. We are everywhere or everywhere I go. We will be releasing that soon, maybe in July or early August. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, we will also have koolNews now.
Stand by for koolNews Early Edition.
Live from Cool Studios, this is koolNews Early Edition.
Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, this is your koolNews Early Edition. For the top headlines, the effects of the global outage caused by two IT firms, Microsoft and the other company. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, several firms in the Philippines were affected by the global outage, especially those from the following. The banking sectors were especially affected. Now, ladies and gentlemen, as far as I know, this outage affected not only many corners in the world, especially even in airline firms, causing a lot of delay to flights. And as a result, many, many people were resorting to either follow to the following. Now, many of those firms and many of those people were reportedly moving to other airlines because apparently they were not affected by the global outage. Meanwhile, in the Philippines, there are some instances of it being affected. Banking firms in the country, such as BDO, BPI, etc., were affected by the global outage. So the company that is affected was CrowdStrike, which is a German digital security authority. No, Germany's security authority said that the global outage was caused by a faulty update by cybersecurity company CrowdStrike, which affected Windows-based computers. CrowdStrike had said that it has already deployed a fix for the bug caused by the global IT outage, which by the way affected airports, banks, and media across the world. Now, for Philippine banks that were affected, BPI said that the issue has impacted certain operations in the bank, which may cause longer wait times for its branches and contact center. BPI, however, assured its customers that its ATMs, camps, online, and mobile banking services remain available. BDO said that it has also experienced technical difficulties due to the outage. However, but despite all of that, at 8:24 p.m., BDO has fully restored its digital channels. Metro Bank also said that its customers may experience a slowdown or a temporary unavailability of some bank products and services through its online channels because of the global outage. As the bank said, clients may continue to access their funds through the bank's ATMs or deposit funds through cash accept machines. Our branch personnel are ready to assist, or you may contact us or reach us through our hotline 888-700-700, as the bank said. Union Bank says due to the outage, its customer service hotline and some branch services and online credit card transactions are temporarily unavailable. RCBC also has experienced technical difficulties affecting RCBC pools, RCBC online banking, and Discartec, uh, Discartec, resulting in a slowdown in some online banking transactions. The BSP also said that its peso real-time gross statement settlement system, or PhilPass Plus, were unaffected, and all settlements, including PisoNet, InstaPay, ATM, and checks, were successfully completed today. The central bank says it is closely monitoring the situation, but added that the financial system remains resilient. Meanwhile, flight cancellations and long lines in airports. Cebu Pacific and Air Asia said that they had to cancel several flights because of the software disruption. It advised its passengers that it is currently experiencing technical issues reportedly related caused by technology provider CrowdStrike, which caused a global system outage. Globe is apparently not affected by the problem. Its core services, which included call, text, and data connectivity, remained unaffected. Meanwhile, Microsoft was also down, but it is very much unrelated to the CrowdStrike problem. Azure and 365 were reportedly down during the time. And of course, media companies in the world has also been affected. Many stations in the United States, especially ones from gray television, some gray stations were affected by the crisis. Meanwhile, we also have reports from Asphere. Asphere, do we have anything? Do you have any news?
Of course, I have some news here.
Now, while we wait for Asphere to get his headlines, we also have another headline about the Microsoft outage. Yikes. Now, as you may know, everyone, that Microsoft was also down. Despite this, they are not related with the um CrowdStrike outage, which, by the way, it really doesn't make sense as to why people blamed Microsoft for the problem. However, we all know that CrowdStrike's faulty security update was apparently caused by, guess what? A faulty update, which affected Windows machines. And as you may know, many of the world's computers run, yes, are run are run by Windows. And you know Windows, yeah, Windows is owned by Microsoft, which explains why people blame Microsoft even though it's not the main problem. Now, the flights that were canceled because of the crises were flights from Cebu, from the following 37 out of the 37 of the canceled flights were scheduled for Friday. DJ66396640, which will go from Cebu Pagadian to Cebu. DG68396840, which will reach Manila to Siargao and back to Manila. DJ6853 and 6854, which will reach Cebu, Siargao, and of course Cebu again. 5J268 and 269, which will go from Manila to Xiamen, and back again to Manila. 5J310, which will go from Manila to Taipei. 5J331 and 332, which will go from Manila to Calibo and back again to Manila. 5J6, 362 and 363, which will go from Manila to Macau and back again to Manila. 5J4, 59 and 460 from Manila to Iloilo and back again to Manila. 5J559, 560 Manila, Cebu, Manila, and another Manila, Cebu, Manila, aka 573 and 574, or 5J573, 1574. 5J647, 648, which will go from Manila to Puerto Princesa and back again to Manila. 5J678, which will go from Manila to Shanghai. 753, 754, Manila to Ho Chi Minh and again back to Manila. And there's a lot of flights. You should read out the article from the Philippine news agency. There's 37 of those flights. 37 of the canceled flights were scheduled for Friday. In fact, in Davao International Airport, there were a lot of passengers stuck because of the outage, again, caused by the CrowdStrike issue, which again affected Windows devices.
Mhm.
And now we will bring it to Asphere. Asphere?
Thank you very much, Geometric Tomato. Trade Secretary Alfredo Pascal on Friday issued an order suspending the sale, advertising, and distribution of vape products online, a move that tightened government regulation on an industry long opposed by the health community. This is a temporary suspension until the e-marketplaces are able to convince us of their compliance with their obligations under Republic Act No. 11900 or the vape law and other laws and related issuance. Pascal to reporters during a roundtable discussion in Makati. The head of the Department of Trade and Industry said the order was prompted mainly by the need to prevent the sale of vape products to minors and ensure that those being sold online meet the safety standards set by law. The directive contained in the 4-page department order number 24-03 takes effect immediately, he said. Vape companies and e-market operators should submit a sworn certification of their full compliance with the vape law to be allowed to resume sales, he added. Undersecretary Amanda Marie Nogales of the DTI's Consumer Affairs and Legal Service Group said the agency had secured the commitment of 2 e-market operators to delist vape sellers from their platforms following a meeting on June 27. They signified that to us through official letters and communication. But this is necessary because what about the others? Nogales said. On June 14, the DTI said it had monitored close to 90,000 companies, including those operating online, engaged in the vape business. Of these, 526 have been issued show cause orders, while 284 have been given notice of violation by the DTI for various offenses, such as selling vapes within 100 meters from a school, playground, or places frequented by minors using ads or quote-unquote flavors designed to appeal to minors, or not posting minimum age signage at the store. At least 32.76 million pesos worth of vape products have been confiscated so far by the DTI this year, mostly for being offered for sale without proper certifications, like the Philippine Standard Mark and the Import Commodity Clearance sticker. Last month, the department ordered the mandatory certification of vape products in compliance with the Vape Act, which lapsed into law in July 2022.
And now for your first alert koolNews. Now koolNews first alert weather. We will have a update on the tropical depression Butchoy, aka Karina, at exactly 5 a.m. today.
Magandang umaga mula sa Pag-asa Weather Forecasting Center. Ito ng ating update sa binabantayan nating mga bagyo sa loob ng ating Philippine Area of Responsibility. Patuloy natin minomonitor itong mga bagyong si Butchoy at Karina sa loob ng ating PAR at yung latest location po natin kaninang alas 4 ng umaga. Huling namataan itong sentro ni bagyong Butchoy, isa pa rin itong tropical depression sa layong 545 kilometers kanluran ng Subic Bay. Ito ay may taglay na lakas ng hangin na malapit sa gitna na umaabot sa 55 kilometers per hour at pagbugso na umaabot sa 70 kilometers per hour. Patuloy yung paggalaw ni Butchoy pa west-northwestward sa bilis sa 20 km per hour papalabas ng ating Philippine Area of Responsibility. At ito namang si bagyong si Karina kaninang alas 4 ng umaga, huling namataan yung sentro nito sa layong 625 km east-northeast ng Virac sa may Catanduanes. Ito ay isang tropical depression pa rin na may taglay na lakas ng hangin na malapit sa gitna na umaabot sa 55 km per hour at pagbugso na umaabot sa 70 km per hour. Patuloy yung paggalaw ni Karina northwestward sa bilis na 30 km per hour. At nakikita natin dito sa ating latest satellite images na itong mga kaulapan associated sa dalawang bagyo na ito ay hindi umaabot sa anumang bahagi ng ating bansa. Itong southwest monsoon o yung hanging habagat na patuloy na pinapairal ni bagyong Butchoy ay inaasahan natin magdudulot ng maulap na kalangitan na may mga kalat-kalat na pag-ulan, pakulog at pagkilat sa ilang areas ng ating bansa, partikular na dito sa bahagi ng Antique, Palawan, Occidental Mindoro at sa mga areas ng Zambales at sa Bataan. Mas maliwala sa panahon na ating inaasahan sa Metro Manila at sa nalalabing bahagi ng ating bansa. Gayunpaman, maghanda pa rin tayo sa mga tsansa ng pulupulong pag-ulan na may pakulog at pagkilat na dulot ng localized thunderstorms. At ito naman yung track and intensity forecast ni Tropical Depression Butchoy sa mga susunod na araw. Inaasahan natin na for the next 24 hours, so bukas, madaling araw ng linggo, yung magiging location na ni Butchoy ay sa layo 910 kilometers kanluran ng Central Luzon. So nasa labas na si Butchoy ng ating Philippine Area of Responsibility by then. 24 hours after that, madaling araw ng Lunes, location nito 1,120 kilometers kanluran ng Northern Luzon. At pagsapit naman ng madaling araw ng Martes ay nasa layo na ito ng 1,300 kilometers kanluran ng extreme Northern Luzon. So posible na itong tumama or maglandfall sa vicinity ng Hainan sa bansa ng China. Para naman sa track and intensity forecast ni bagyong Karina, for the next 24 hours, bukas, madaling araw, or sa madaling araw, bukas, inaasahan natin yung location na ni Karina ay nasa layong 545 kilometers silangan ng Kasiguran, Aurora. Magpapatuloy yung northwestward na paggalaw ni Butchoy within the next 24 hours. And pagsapit naman ng Lunes ng madaling araw, yung location na ni Butchoy ay nasa 420 kilometers silangan ng Apari, Cagayan. 24 hours after that, madaling araw naman ng Martes, yung location na nito ay nasa 370 kilometers east of Basco, Batanes. 415 kilometers east-northeast ng Itbayat. At pagsapit naman ng Thursday, next week, inaasahan na natin to na posibleng nasa labas na ng ating PAR sa layong 585 kilometers north-northeast ng Itbayat sa Batanes. Ano nga bang ating inaasahang magiging epekto o yung mga impact sa dala ng mga bagyong ito sa ating bansa? Sa heavy rainfall ay mga malalakas sa pag-ulan na dala ng bagyo, so maliit pa naman yung tsansa o hindi natin inaasahan na magdudulot ng mga direktang malalakas sa buhos ng ulan itong si Butchoy sa anumang bahagi ng ating bansa. At low likelihood rin or maliit rin yung tsansa na itong si Karina ay magdudulot ng heavy rainfall sa anumang bahagi ng ating kalupaan. Ngayon pa man kung may significant changes sa ating track forecast, makakaroon rin tayo ng mga pagbabago sa ating heavy rainfall outlook within that forecast period. So that is within the next 3 days. So mantabi tayo sa mga updates na ipapalabas ng Pag-asa itong mga succeeding tropical cyclone bulletins para kay bagyong Karina. Itong southwest monsoon yung habagat na patuloy na pinapairal o pinapaibayo ni Butchoy at Karina ay posible pa rin magdulot ng katamtaman hanggang sa malalakas sa pag-ulan sa kanlurang bahagi ng Luzon sa susunod na 3 araw. Para sa mga karagdagang detalye ng mga pag-ulan na dala ng southwest monsoon, inaasahan natin na for today makakaranas tayo ng 50 to 100 mm. So yan ay moderate to heavy rains sa bahagi ng northern Palawan at occidental Mindoro. Pagsapit naman na bukas, July 21, araw yan ng linggo, madadagdagan pa or mas rarami pa yung mga areas na makakaranas ng pag-ulan na dala ng habagat. Makakaranas rin tayo ng mga pag-ulan sa areas ng Zambales, Bataan, magpapatuloy mga pag-ulan sa areas ng Occidental Mindoro at Northern Palawan. Pagsapit naman ng Lunes, makakaranas rin tayo ng mga pag-ulan sa bahagi ng Ilocos Region at magpapatuloy yung mga pag-ulan, itong moderate to heavy rain sa Zambales, Bataan, Northern Palawan at Occidental Mindoro. Kaya sa mga nabanggit na lugar, patuloy tayong maging handa at alerto sa mga banta ng pagbaha at pagguho ng lupa, lalong-lalo na kung tuloy-tuloy ang ating pag-ulan na mararanasan na dala nitong southwest monsoon o yung hanging habagat. Para naman sa mga malalakas na hangin o yung severe winds na dala ng mga bagyo, so sa ngayon wala pa rin nakataas sa tropical cyclone wind signal sa anumang bahagi ng ating bansa dahil may kalayuan itong mga sentro ng dalawang bagyo na ito. Pero gayon pa man, itong southwest monsoon o yung habagat na pinapairal nga ni Butchoy at ni Karina sa mga susunod na araw, posible magdulot ng gusty conditions. So ito yung mga malalakas na bugso ng hangin sa ilang bahagi ng ating bansa. So especially dito sa areas, itong mga bulubundukin or yung mga coastal areas, inaasahan natin mas malakas yung mga hangin na mararanasan sa mga areas na ito. So starting today hanggang bukas, makakaranas tayo ng gusty conditions sa bahagi ng Kalayaan Islands. Mas marami pa yung mga areas na makakaranas ng malalakas na hangin pagsapit ng Lunes. Itong regions ng Calabarzon, Mimaropa, buong Kabikulan, Western Visayas, pati na rin dito sa Bataan at Metro Manila, makakaranas rin po tayo ng gusty conditions na dala ng habagat. At base sa ating latest forecast scenario, so sa ngayon wala pa nakataas sa wind signal sa anumang bahagi ng ating bansa. Hindi tayo tinatanggal yung posibilidad na magtaas tayo ng wind signal number 1 dito sa areas ng extreme northern Luzon at sa eastern portion ng northern Luzon. So magdedepende po yung patataas natin ng wind signal sa mga areas na ito sa magiging track at galaw nitong si Bagyong Karina. At sa kalagayan naman nating karagatan, sa kasalukuyan, wala pa rin nakataas na gale warnings, anumang baybay na ating kapuluan. Ngunit iba yung pag-iingat sa ating mga kababayan na maglalayag, especially dito sa western section ng Luzon at sa mga areas ng Visayas at Mindanao dahil posible pa rin tayong makaranas dyan ng katamtaman hanggang sa maalong karagatan. So moderate to rough sea conditions pa rin ating posibleng maranasan sa mga areas na ito, dalayan ng pag-iral ng southwest monsoon o ng hanging habagat. For more details para sa track and intensity forecast ni Tropical Depression Butchoy, so makikita natin dito sa track na ito, magpapatuloy ang generally west-northwestward na paggalaw ni Butchoy ngayon hanggang bukas. So starting tomorrow, magiging north-northwestward yung paggalaw ng nasabing bagyo. So posibleng makalabas si Butchoy ng ating Philippine Area of Responsibility ngayong umaga. At magpapatuloy yung paglakas ni Butchoy habang tinatahak nito ang West Philippine Sea Area. So posibleng itong makamit ang tropical storm category bukas at magpapatuloy na itong hihina after ng landfall nito sa bahagi ng Hainan sa may China. Sa track and intensity forecast naman ni Tropical Depression Karina. Para kay Bagyong Karina naman, magpapatuloy yung generally northwestward o yung pahilagang kanluran na galaw nito hanggang bukas. So within the forecast period ay magde-decelerate rin or magbabagal yung paggalaw ng nasabing bagyo. Pagsapit naman ng Lunes, magiging northward na yung paggalaw nito. And mag-accelerate ito. So magiging generally northward or north-northwestward na yung paggalaw nito for the remainder of the forecast period. So Tuesday onwards, magpapatuloy na yung generally northward o yung pahilangang paggalaw ni Bagyong Karina towards yung northern boundary ng ating Philippine Area of Responsibility, particularly itong bahagi ng Ryukyu Archipelago. So makikita natin dito may kalayuan. So for the next 3 to 5 days, may kalayuan po yung track nitong si Bagyong Karina sa ating bansa. So sa ngayon wala pa nakataas sa tropical cyclone wind signal. Ngunit hindi natin tatanggal yung posibilidad na magtaas tayo ng signal number 1 sa mga susunod na araw sa areas na extreme northern Luzon at eastern section ng northern Luzon area. So inaasahan natin ang further intensification ni Karina, posible nitong makamit ang tropical storm category within the next 24 hours at posible nitong makamit ang typhoon category pagsapit ng araw ng Martes. At para sa karagdagang impormasyon tungkol sa ulat panahon, lalong-lalo na sa mga rainfall or thunderstorm advisories na posibleng i-issue ng ating Pag-asa Regional Centers sa ating mga lokalidad, ay follow kami sa aming social media accounts at DOST_Pag-asa. Mag-subscribe na rin kayo sa aming YouTube channel sa DOST Pag-asa Weather Report at palagi bisitahin ang aming official website sa pag-asa.dost.gov.ph. At yan naman po ang latest mula dito sa Pag-asa Weather Forecasting Center. Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Ako po si Dan Villamil, nag-uulat.
There you go. That was the weather forecast.
That is your first alert weather forecast, everyone. And now we'll be right back on Cool News Early Edition for more headlines.
And Hello Pilipinas will return after these messages.
Live from Cool Studios, this is Cool News Early Edition.
Well, welcome back. Okay, welcome back to Hello Pilipinas.
And koolNews Early Edition. Now, we have some headline. The crises about the downtime of the global downtime was so bad that many stations in the United States were covering it last as if as if it was a end of the world. Especially, I actually have to do a little research. And oh my god, there are like exactly 50 stations that are broadcasting with the same headlines about the downtime, about the outage. KVVU Las Vegas, which is a gray station formerly owned by the Medrit Corporation, has been covering it non-stop ever since yesterday. So you know it's a big deal today that thing still affects people. Now, Asphere, do we have any other headlines?
Yep, we do have more headlines. Okay, the Department of Social Welfare and Development DSWD has begun the scale-up implementation of its food stamp with around 300,000 households targeted to receive the monthly stipend this year. The ceremonial launch of the full rollout of the Walang Gutom or No Hunger 2027 food provision through strategic transfer and alternative measures program food stamp was held in Yete province on Thursday. The kick-off was simultaneously held in 9 other provinces: Isabela, Camarines Sur, Cebu, Negros Oriental, Zamboanga del Norte, Zamboanga Sibugay, Bukidnon, Maguindanao, and Surigao del Norte. Social Welfare Undersecretary Eduardo Punay on Friday said the program hoped to reach as much as 1 million food-poor families by 2027. To reach this target, another 300,000 households will be issued stamps in 2025 and then 400,000 more in 2026, Punay told the Inquirer. Citing data from the Philippine Statistics Authority, the DSWD said around 1.4 million households in the country may be considered food poor. The PSA figure was used by the DSWD as basis for targeting 1 million food stamp recipients nationwide in the next 3 years. The Poverty Alleviation Program's 6-month pilot run, which started in July last year, had 50 families as initial beneficiaries who were chosen in 5 areas: Tondo District in Manila, San Marinao Town in Isabela Province, Surigao Island in Surigao del Norte, Garchidorena Town in Camarines Sur, Emparan Town in Maguindanao. Excuse me. It was initially funded through a $3 million grant from Asian Development Bank. For its full implementation, a funding of 1.89 billion pesos for 2024 has been set aside, the DSWD earlier said. The program seeks to reduce the incidence of malnutrition and hunger in low-income households or those with earnings below 8,000 pesos per month. At the time of the program's launch, the prevailing monthly food threshold set by the PSA for a family of 5 was 8,379 pesos. This means that a household member is considered food poor if he or she spends below 55.86 pesos on meals per day at 18.6 pesos per meal. In December that year, the PSA's updated food threshold for a family of the same size rose to 9,550 pesos per month. To be food poor now is to have a meal worth below 21 pesos, or a budget of just 63.67 pesos for all today's meals. An electronic transfer card loaded monthly with 3,000 pesos worth of food credits are provided to families, which they can use to buy high nutrition food items from the DSWD's partner merchants. The beneficiaries may not use the card to purchase so-called same products such as liquor and cigarettes. The DSWD maintained that the food stamp project was not a dole-out program since its beneficiaries have to meet 2 conditions to avoid being delisted. First, they must attend nutrition education sessions once a month to foster positive behavior change while learning to prepare healthy yet tasty meals. Second, they must participate in employment promotion activities at government job fairs, or classes conducted by the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority. And Senator Risa Hontiveros on Friday lashed back at Alice Guo. Up to this is when the mayor of Bamban, Tarlac, took to social media accusing her and Senator Sherry Gatchalian of digging up her background and alleged ties to a rated online gaming hub just to advance their political careers. You have lied about your connections with Pogos, Philippine offshore gaming operators. You have lied about your identity, and every time you log in on Facebook, you invent new things. Hontiveros said, addressing Guo, who now faces arrest for repeatedly snapping recent Senate hearings on the Pogo industry. So sadly for you, your frequent use of social media is not equivalent to your attendance in the Senate, the senator said in a statement. The Office of the Senate Sergeant-at-Arms has yet to locate Guo, members of her family, and several others since the chamber issued a warrant for their arrest on July 10. In a Facebook post on Thursday night, Guo said she was deeply concerned about and keep questioning why Hontiveros, Gatchalian, and state agencies seem fixated on me. She irritated that it was baseless to link her to Yuan Technology, incorporated that the company was whose sprawling Poco complex at the back of Guo's office was built on a property that she formerly owned. If they have evidence against me, I am ready to face them in a fair trial and at the proper form, said Guo, who faces a complaint in the Department of Justice for qualified human trafficking and money laundering, among other crimes. Respectfully, I do not wish to be used by anyone to boost the political ambition, she added. I am being accused of all sorts of things because I am currently at the center of public attention. The National Bureau of Investigations earlier said Guo's fingerprints match with those of one Guo Huaping, a Chinese citizen who the senators believe was the mayor's real identity. Hontiveros on Friday dismissed Guo's post, saying the mayor should just face the Senate inquiry instead. Don't worry, we're not fixated on you, we're just allergic to liars, she said. How can you have peace of mind if you always avoid questions? You must have forgotten that you are sorry because you are at the center of the abuses committed by Pogos, which you are allowed to flourish with your influence as mayor. And it's not just that, there's more. Hontiveros has to say this.
Mayor Alice o Guo Huaping, mas marami pa kayong post sa Facebook kaysa pag-attend sa Senate hearing. Attendance before the Senate hearings is adherence to the rule of law. So, sadly for you, hindi katumbas ng attendance mo sa Senado ang mayat-maya mong pagso-social media. Paano ka magkakaroon ng peace of mind kung palagi ka nalang iiwas sa mga tanong? Kung nakakalimutan mo, pinapatawag ka dahil nasa gitna ka ng pang-aabuso ng Pogo sa mga batas namin na hinayaan mong lumawak dahil sa impluensya mo bilang mayor. Nagsinungaling ka tungkol sa koneksyon mo sa Pogo. Nagsinungaling ka tungkol sa pagkatao mo at kada login mo sa Facebook, bago ka na namang iniimbento. Huwag kayong mag-alala, hindi kami fixated sa'yo. Allergic lang kami sa mga sinungaling.
Now back to Geometric Tomato.
Everyone, we will be right back on. Just kidding. Now everyone, as you may know, everyone face to face is Teraby's favorite. So we will have our Geo News segment today. Now for Geo News, we will also have breaking news. Teraby confirms that he likes face to face. However, his allegations about him liking Beanie is apparently not around. So we will investigate further about Teraby's favorite, his bias to Beanie. We also have some news that he sent a gif of the face-to-face fighting scene that is from the episode Hate Ko Bilasco. And also, Teraby loves Bet 88. That is all for Geo News. Back to you, Asphere.
Alright, thank you very much, Geometric Tomato. Now let's continue with the headlines. Okay, let's Let's see if we have new one for this hour. Just give me a moment. Okay. The Bangko Sentro ng Pilipinas had given license to two companies to open Islamic banking windows in the Philippines amid a strong regulatory push to develop a vibrant Islamic banking ecosystem in the country. Speaking to reporters on the sidelines of an event hosted by the Chamber of Thrift Banks, BSB Deputy Governor Tucci Fonarsier said the central bank approved the applications of Maybank Philippines and another company to establish their own IBWs. Fonarsier declined to name the other firm. An IBW license allows conventional financial institutions to conduct Islamic banking operations by setting up a subsidiary that offers Sharia compliant financing. It's already approved for both, said Fonarsier, head of the BSB's financial supervision sector, which is mainly responsible for the regulation of banks. Prior to the approvals, there were only two players in the Islamic banking sector, Amanda Islamic Investment Bank of the Philippines and the Islamic branch of the Center for Agriculture and Rural Development Bank Incorporated. In 2019, former President Rodrigo Duterte signed Republic Act RA 11439, which mandates the BSB to exercise regulatory powers and supervision over the operations of Islamic banks. Islamic banking, as defined in RA 11439, refers to a banking business with objectives and operations that do not involve interest or riba, that is prohibited by the Islamic or Sharia law, which conducts its business following the principles of the Sharia. The lack of a legal framework and necessary infrastructure in the past had hampered the development of a dynamic Islamic banking ecosystem in the Philippines, where the Muslim population accounts for about 10% of Filipinos. BSB data showed that 29% of the cities and municipalities in the Philippines remain unbanked, with the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao being the most unbanked region. Islamic banking and finance can promote inclusive finance by making it available to groups that avoid using existing conventional banking facilities due to their faith. It can also be attractive to non-Muslims, particularly investors within or outside the Philippines who may be looking for new asset classes, instruments, and products that diversify their portfolio. And that will be it for now, but we will be back again later in the second gap of koolNews Early Edition, or I should say third gap, huh? Yeah, third gap, since this is the second gap, but yeah. We will be back with more headlines later in the third gap of koolNews Early Edition in the next hour of Hello Pilipinas. Until then, now back to Hello Pilipinas. And now we're back to the Hello Pilipinas. So now we will get into the usual lifestyle and entertainment. All right, so let's get into it. Geometric, do you have anything?
Welcome guys to the Lamau SMP. You can see right now live on my screen that I am now in the Lamau SMP server. You can see that I am now in Stephen's country, which is Britannia, a state that is owned by Stephen. He is the ruler of Stephen. Now once I cross the English channel, which is now a bridge, we are now in Survivoria, which is a state owned by Class MC. Now, this state is by far second largest base in the server. Now, oh, wow, 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 wow. Hey, look! Oh, wow. Wow, Teraby's favorite. Teraby's favorite. Do you agree, Asphere?
Of course, I agree. Derby's favorite is Beanie, obviously. Beanie.
Yes. Now you see that do not mind about that statue, but you see right now that everything has changed in the Lamau SMP. We see that there's now a small village right there. And of course, Star's house is maintained and preserved But we also have another of these. You see this this box right here? Well, apparently this box contains Toshin. Wow, Toshin. You know the channel that Rico Rakashi operates? Wow, Toshin. Now, if we go a little bit further, let me just wear my angel wings. Now, if you go a little bit further, we also have some new stuff from the level SMP, such as a new country called New Mediterranean, or in Spanish, Nueva Mediterráneo. Now, this is the parliament building that's being built right now in New Mediterranean, and you see it's not even finished, but at least we have the base finished. Now let me eat some steak right there because we are hungry right now. But let's go to the largest base in Lamau SMP, and that base just so happens to be owned by our former DJ, Mr. KTR Flicks. Now, if we go right there, you see there's a lot of acacia trees, and that's part of it. But you see, this is KTR's large base. You see, there's a campfire right there. There are burning fires right there. It's owned by KTR, and he is the god of the server. You see, there is a house that looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. Is it an Asphere? Isn't it? It's very beautiful, isn't it? You see this house, it's very interesting of design. It's very stylish. There is a lectern. There is another room up there, and then there is it's just a regular place. And then once you go, you have a farm, and then once you do, you reach his stage, the nether portal, and of course the KTR's house. Right now you see right here that KTR's house is very much stacked up. Look at it, it's so beautiful. It is very built to the brim to be efficient, to be somewhat interesting. And then once you go down, that is where you go to the mines where KTR usually works. And oh, looks like we saw KTR right here. It's KTR. Look, it's KTR. Oh my God, KTR. Hi, you're in koolFM. You see right now, KTR right now is working on building. So KTR is working right now on a something, and he says hello guys, it's KTR. So he's working right now, and you see this cave is very much looted. You can see that it's already been worked on, so looks like KTR is doing a very good job. And then the okay, so this is technically the largest base in the server because of its sheer size. Now, the sheer size of it depends if you in the context. Now, you see, the base is necessarily big if you think of it right here. Okay, so this is the official map of the of the Lamau SMP, and you see there are a lot of villages. There is one. This is owned by Mr. Magister, Mr. Risawa. This also we have villages right there, and then we have Tequilandia, which is and then there is a planned city called Davenport, which is based on the real thing, Davenport City in Iowa. We also have Fiesta Flora in Brazil, also known as Chernobyl Republic, and South Africa has just begun building its new city right there. It's very small, but it will expand sooner than later. Now, we can see right now that in the map, KTR's base is so noticeable and very big that the borders are technically defined by that the borders are still undefined as to how large his base should be. If you take a look at the map, you can see that under the jurisdiction, let's see, it technically already passed the it already almost passed the borders of New Negros, which is a state of Nueva Mediterranean. Now there are plans to renegotiate the borders, but so far this is technically somewhat close to bypassing the border, but don't worry, we have negotiated with KTR that his base will be expanded east and west and also down until it reaches the Niger area, the Sahel states, which is Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. And this territory right there is owned by Class MC. He is the owner of this place due to William Cameron, but it's kind of the point. So yeah, we see that this base is very big. It almost technically bypassed the border, not really, but you might see it real. But yes, it almost came close to the border of New Negros or New Mediterranean. Now, this is the second largest base, which is Survivoria, which in highlighted by the stone structures. Yes, this is the second largest base. Technically, it would be another second large base if you include Britannia, but it's not really included if you know me. It's technically a separate village due to the fact that it's governed by Stephen. The third largest base is of course Tequilandia, which is this thing is just a village, but he has been doing a lot of cooking lately in this very area. And then the fourth largest base is in, let's see, this is Survivoria, and yeah, this is technically the fourth largest base, the capital of the Contanian Union, which is literally just this. It's literally just a village again. And lastly, the fifth largest of the bases. Surprisingly, it's not this. This is six. This is the sixth largest. It's still smaller than if you think about it. But the sixth largest base is in South Africa, which is located down there. Right there. It's in Bloemfontein, which used to be the capital of the Orange Free State historically. And now, you see right now there are two settlements that will be built soon. This is a settlement, on the Zambezi River. And of course, another one which will be located in the lakes of Malawi. Now, there's also a village right here that is split between the jurisdiction of no one and, of course, South Africa due to the fact that it is very big. So this village is split into two because of the fact that, yes, it is split for a reason. It is literally near the border, and as a result, look at this. It is very split. It looks like Germany, except it is become North Korea and South Korea exactly. Now, there are another villages that will be soon to be governed. The state of Iraq and Arabia, which will be governed by Daria. And of course, no one owns India yet. So if you want to join the Lamau Assembly, please tell me. I will contact you to Red Techie. There's like 4 villages in India, so it's very lucky if you have India. But southern India is mine, and I'm planning to take over Bangladesh. So yeah, this is the colony of Class MC. It's a mega city if you think about it. Literal mega city right here. And then there's China, and then there's like another China right here. It's like another China right here. Yeah, there's like a lot of villages in China. I can't believe it. But there's like one in Japan and one in South Korea. So yeah, you can see that there is a lot of things that's going on. And then the Philippines is owned by Class MC. So if you want to go to Class MC, just go to Class MC's place. If you want to go to the Philippines, yay! And then technically, this is a mega city as well. This is the combined Malaysia-Indonesia area, which will be expanded by putting a lot. Actually, we're going to preserve most of the trees in here because yes, we want to preserve the trees. We're environmentalists, but you can see that it's a mega city technically. just a little bit. So you can see that it controls Malaysia and then some part of Sumatra, and then another one in Jakarta, like right here in near Jakarta, but it does cover a little bit of Sumatra. And then lastly, we are now in Australia where there is a ongoing mine operation somewhere in Australia. Now, if I could see the mine, it's very, very deep down. It's very deep. Like it's actual deep. It's very down right there. This is the mine that's been operating in Australia right now, which will reach the diamond area. It will be producing the diamonds for the country of Geometria. Of course, this is Sydney, which is the capital of the governance, and of course there's a desert temple that hasn't been settled yet. But we also have New Zealand, which is very close to the existing border. You can see right now it's very close, that's very close to the border. But who cares about that? And then we go to the west and we see America right now, which is literally just Techlandian capital, which is in New York for some reason. He loves New York, and then another new city that will be named Davenport, which is based on the real Davenport, except it's by name only, that is. But you get the point. Now, Techlandia also owns villages in Mexico, and that's it. Once you reach right here, the Panama, that's owned by Foden. He has ownership of this village in Colombia, and the Amazon rainforest, of course, who wouldn't know that? And of course, Rio, which used to be the home of the myth, the legend, MSA. MSA used to live in Brazil, guys. So it's a very shocking discovery for some, but yes, he did live in Brazil back then. He lived in Brazil when I tried to go to South Africa. So MSA he's used to be in Brazil. Can't you believe it? That's Terry's favorite. MSA is his favorite, right, Asphere? Asphere. So that's MSA's favorite because he went to Brazil. He lived in Brazil for a long time. So yeah, that's a lot of shit that's going on. But then we also have another village right there in the Rio Grande do Sul province. Yes, that is literally the name of this area right there. It's Rio Grande del Sur. But there's Uruguay, and past that, that's we have a new addition to the new to the we also have a new addition to the we also have a new addition to the Lamau SMP. Can't you believe it? That's very big. So now if we see the map right now, we also have new countries. So this is the latest map so far. We can see that Staros has moved from here to here, and also Britain still exists. And then we changed the colors for Geometria, and then we also smoothen the borders of its colony. But that's fine because it is its colony. It's very, 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 And of course, we have a new country, which is the state of Aurelia. I don't know, Aurelia. So this country owns the rest of South America from this border until the borders of modern day Argentina, splitting the entirety of Paraguay, which will include the capital. That's the important part. It owns the capital, and then back to the borders of Argentina with Brazil and Uruguay. Uruguay is owned by Foden. You can see that we also settled the borders of Techlandia and Cherry Mobile Republic, owned by Foden and Red Techie. Now we also have New Mediterranean, which owns a lot of Africa. Like holy shit! Look at how many shit this thing is owned. And yes, it has a chunk, but it's very very big. You can see that. But there's now a little bit of negotiations about the border because there's a little bit of something, but still there will be some negotiations about the border that will be settled in there. It could be smaller than expected, but still it will be settled soon. So yeah, New Mediterranean, which is the home of all Christian populations, as well as Britannia, which is like home of the Calvinist. So Rivoria and Contania is still existent, is still there. And then Emma Rosales does not own Japan anymore because Emma Rosales is a dickhead. But there will be changes in the map. This thing will be owned by Class MC soon. I don't know. Maybe. We won't know actually because I am planning to. Because this play, I'm planning to give it to KTR for free. I don't know. There's no way I'm giving it for free though. In exchange for more land right there. Like, I could give it soon, but let's find out soon. And of course, this thing, which will be the home of all Christian populations, as well as Arab populations, side by side living together. So yeah, there is a lot of things that has happened in the Lamau SMP, but for now, that is it for now, my friends. So that is it for now, my friends. Back to you, Asphere.
Thank you very much, Geometric Tomato. All right, it's 6:10, which is 10 minutes after 8, and Hello Pilipinas will be right back. All right, welcome back to Hello Pilipinas. Now let's continue with where we left off here. Okay, so let's have a tour with the brand new look of Talk with Sun Studio. So yes, if you didn't know, Talk with Sun season 2 aired yesterday. Yes, so if you look here, this is the new studio. As you can see, this is one of the setup you can see right now. This is where you have a bookshelf here, where you can do we can where view here. It looks really nice, I should say. Yeah, it looks really nice. So yes, it does really look nice, as you can see. And this is the set here. The left side is not going to be used, so we're only going to be slicing this a little bit right here. So yes, all right. So now let's get into more. Let's now get into some what's happening in entertainment right there. That's not going to be part of koolNews, but we'll see what's happening in well. Great, it lagged. Well, anyways, apologies for that sudden lag here. I don't like this be disconnected. See, if I, oh, yep, I did. Okay. Okay, anyways, we'll be getting into the latest entertainment happenings. Again, this is not going to be part of koolNews, but the national and international headlines are. So, yeah. Let's see what's new in Hollywood. Well, let's find out. See. All Halo content received by Paramount Plus. Action Halo series has been cancelled at Paramount Plus. Wait for it. Am I here? Okay. So yeah, again, the live action Halo series has been cancelled at Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus, Variety has learned. The big budget series, based on the popular Xbox video game franchise, aired 2 seasons at the streaming service. The show originally debuted in 2022. While the second season aired between February and March 2024. Paramount Plus can confirm that Halo will not move forward with the third season on the service. The streamer said in a statement, "We are extremely proud of this ambitious series and would like to thank our partners at Xbox, 343 Industries, and Amblin Television, along with showrunner and executive producer David Winsner, his fellow executive producer, the entire cast led by Apollo Strasslaber as Master Chief, and the amazing crew for their all outstanding work. We wish everyone the best going forward." According to an individual with knowledge of the situation, Xbox, Amblin TV, and 343 Industries will try to shop this series to other outlets. We deeply appreciate the millions of fans who propelled the Halo series to be a global success, and we remain committed to broadening the Halo universe in different ways in the future, 343 Industries said. We are grateful to Amblin and Paramount for their partnership in bringing our expensive sci-fi universe to viewers around the world. Yeah, it's not surprising that show already got cancelled because, again, nobody was if I remember correctly, nobody was watching the Halo, and yeah, it wasn't well received because they were not adapting to source. Yeah, womp womp. All right, do you have anything geometric for anything?
You
or
have
not?
nothing to do now. I'm just trying to eat right now because I'm hungry. So we'll be doing
Fair
something.
enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, let's continue then. All right. Alright, let's
Ay,
continue then. Okay.
tambayan na pala ni Therapy dyan. Diyos ko naman.
Tambayan ni he has his own show, Tambayan ni Therapy. Yes. That's his near Asphy's Coffee studio if you don't know. Near Asphy's Coffee, huh? Yeah. Okay. What else? Okay, I have to go to more news. Okay. Okay, high potential showrunner. High potential guys. That's in Hollywood. Okay, high potential showrunner Todd Harton signs 20 television overall. Todd Harton has signed a new multi-year overall deal with 20 television. Variety has learned exclusively. The news comes roughly a month after Huston was named the showrunner and executive producer of the upcoming ABC procedural High Potential, starring Caitlin Ogson, which is produced by fellow Disney-owned studio ABC Signature. Harnan took over the role from Rob Thomas, who exited the show earlier in June. Yeah. Okay, Therapy, if you mind switching back to camera, thank you. Okay, Harnan has a relationship with 20 TV going back a decade. He previously collaborated with the studio as an executive producer on the Disney Plus The Crossover, executive producer and showrunner on the Fox medical drama The Resident, and creator, executive producer, and showrunner on the Fox series Rosewood. He was also an executive producer on the ABC spy drama The Company You Keep. Harden's other credits include shows like Fisk, The Kill Point, Crush, and Domination. He is repped by UTA, Circle Management Plus Production, and Bjorn Leveny. High Potential is slated to debut on ABC on Tuesday, September 17 at 10 p.m. Eastern Time Pacific Time, immediately following Dancing with the Stars.
Is that the new show? Tambayan ni Therapy. Is that going to be aired on koolFM? I hope it is so that we have more ratings.
I agree with that, Gio. Will Tambayan ni Therapy be aired on koolFM? We'll see.
We need ratings because we need money.
We need the money. Yeah. We need Therapy exclusive. Oh, it's Therapy exclusive.
Boo, boo.
Oh.
Boo. This is the exact reason. This is the exact reason why many companies are shit, NBC has been making the NFL exclusive to Peacock, and it's very shitty. I cannot watch it on linear TV. I cannot pirate. I cannot watch it on pirated TV. Yes.
NFL had the rights. CBS had the right to NFL last year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, but some NFL games are now in Peacock for some fucking reason, and then we don't know about the Olympics. We do not know about the other sporting events that NBC has. It might become an exclusive on Peacock, and we cannot air, and they cannot. They might not see it in. They might not see it in NBC, like the actual network itself in America. Just Jesus Christ, they just put it in the subscription model. I fucking hate that. I hate it. This is the new shit. This is the exact shit that makes it look like cable. So, ladies and gentlemen, I urge you everyone to pirate. That's all. And now, everybody, it's 8:26. How long? We have a lot of commercial breaks. We'll be right back.
Yes. Oh, wait. Before we continue, I got caught off because my computer hung up again. Whoa, what is wrong with my computer today? Anyways, are we going to koolNews early edition after this?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. koolNews Early Edition. We'll be right back. I will be coming back once we finish the commercial break. We'll be right back on Hello Pilipinas.
Yes. Hello Pilipinas will return after these messages. Stick around.
This is home.
Live from Cool Studios, this is Cool News Early Edition.
All right, and welcome back to Cool News Early Edition. Okay, so let's get in. I will be getting into the headlines just a little bit. Just give me a second. Okay, just give me a second. So I can have a background showing up here. There we go. Okay, there we go. Alright. Alright. Let's get into the continuing with the national headlines. Okay, let's see. Passed two women's bill of Senate. A House, not proper, Senate. Okay. A House lawmaker on Friday urged the Senate to pass its own versions of two pending women's rights bills as the 90th Congress is set to reconvene on July 22. In a statement, Deputy Minority Leader and Bagong Hanrasha Representative Bernadette Carrera said that the House of Representatives was ready to meet their respective contingents for House Bills number 4479 and 8009, which have been transmitted to the upper chamber since last year. House Bill 4479 is an anti-discrimination in the workplace bill, seeking to amend the labor code, while HB 8009 expands the Anti-Violence Against Women, Their Children Public Act number 9262 by including many provisions to hold accountable who use electronic ways to commit their crimes against women. Were approved for final reading at the lower chamber in 2022 and 2023 and are awaiting their Senate version so the two chambers can meet in bicameral conference. Herrera said the two bills were sterling examples of the convergence and strong support in the House for women. There is mutual respect between the House majority and minority, especially on the social issues House Bill 479 and House Bill 8009 represent. Herrera said, I am optimistic House Bill 4479, House Bill 8009, and the Senate versions will be enacted into law within the next few months. Currently, the Philippines leads Asia as the most gender equal country based on the 2024 Global Gender Gap Index report by the World Economic Forum. Nevertheless, the same index showed that the Philippines is now ranked 35 among 146 in terms of closing the gender gap, a far cry from its sixth placing when the report was first launched in 2006. The index grades four dimensions: economic participation and opportunity, educational attainment, health and survival, and political empowerment. While it got a perfect score in gender parity in educational attainment, it was among the lowest performers in the health and survival sub-index. The report also notes that women have restricted rights when it comes to the right up to divorce. The report's broader conclusions find that while worldwide gender inequality had narrowed marginally over the past year, it is now estimated to take 134 years or 5 generations to close the global gender gap. And now for international headlines. Na Nguyen Bu Thi-rong, General Secretary of Vietnam's ruling Communist Party and the country's most powerful politician, has died following months of ill health, official media said Friday. He was 80. General Secretary of the Central Committee of the party, Na Nguyen Bu Thi-rong, passed away at 13:38, which is 1:38 p.m. on July 19, 2024, at the 108th Central Military Hospital due to old age and serious illness, the An Han Dun newspaper said. Official media said a state funeral will be held. And now back to national headlines as retail prices of rice in public markets are expected to decline by up to 7 pesos a kilo in early August after the government cut the duties on imported rice according to the Department of Agriculture. Based on the initial computation of the PSA or Philippine Statistics Authority, retail prices will be lower by 6 pesos to 7 pesos per kilogram, Agriculture Assistant Secretary Arnold de Mesa said in an interview. De Mesa, also the DA spokesperson, said customers will feel the price reduction by the first week of August, even though some rice shipments levied with lower trips have already entered the country. The volume of imported rice that arrived in the country is not that huge in quantity, but within July, some of it would already have been released and reached the markets, he told reporters. The Bureau of Plant Industry issued a total of 302 sanitary and phytosanitary import clearance covering 264,316.50 metric tons of imported rice as of July 11. However, the Mesa cited government data in saying that 594 metric tons of imported rice reached the archipelago, much lower than the 157,111.75 metric tons recorded by the BBI in the same month a year before. Between January and this month, the volume of imported rice totaled 2.37 million metric tons. All rice imports are subject to the 50% duty levied by the government by virtue of Executive Order Number 62 signed by Mr. President Marcos last month. These slash trips took effect on July 5. The President issued the EO effective until 2028 to ensure continued supply of essential food products at affordable prices. As of Friday, locally produced regular meal rice was priced from 45 pesos to 50 pesos per kilogram, higher than 38 pesos to 44 pesos per kilogram a year ago, based on the DA's price monitoring. Local well-milled rice range from 45 pesos to 55 pesos per kilogram, compared with 40 pesos to 49 pesos per kilogram. Imported regular milled rice was sold from 47 pesos to 49 pesos per kilogram, but it was not available last year. Meanwhile, imported well-milled rice retailed from 51 pesos to 55 pesos per kilogram, as opposed to 40 pesos to 48 pesos per kilogram. Meanwhile, the Mesa said the DA is targeting to expand further the coverage of its Program 29 AM selling subsidized rice by November this year. This is a long-term plan of the DA to extend the implementation of our 29 peso program, he said. As of this writing, the initiative is now being implemented in Bacoor, Cavite, and San Pedro City in Laguna. The DA earlier decided to implement this undertaking for a longer period to get critical information. What we are studying is how much the NFA, National Food Authority, will spend, farm gate prices, and everything else without allotting too much provisions for the subsidies. But these are social costs that the government has to bear, especially since this is for vulnerable sectors, he said. Under the program, eligible beneficiaries can buy up to 10 kilos of rice a month for 29 pesos per kilogram. The vulnerable sector is pegged at 6.9 million households, or around 34 million Filipinos, which include senior citizens, single parents, persons with disabilities, and poor folk under the conditional cash transfer scheme. Excuse me. Okay. Give me a second. Okay, kind of slow, huh? Okay, we have another one. We will be covering two more headlines. If there's any more international headlines, we'll also cover. Okay, nope. That will be it then. Yeah, we will cover two more and that will be it. Alright. The Court of Appeals has reversed the decision of an Angeles City Court to acquit the mastermind of the gruesome murder of a Korean businessman in the early days of the Duterte administration's drug war in 2016 after finding that the trial was a sham and an apparent mockery of the justice system, the Supreme Court said on Friday. The Supreme Court said that dismissed police Superintendent Rafael Dumlo III was found guilty by the CA as a co-conspirator in the kidnapping and killing of Ji Ik-ju, who was strangled to death, cremated, and his ashes flushed down the toilet. The CA's June 26 ruling on a petition by state prosecutors to overturn his acquittal came a little more than a year after Dumlo was exonerated by Angeles City Regional Trial Court Branch 60 on June 6, 2023. The CA sentenced him to reclusion perpetua for 40 years in prison without parole or without parole, and was ordered to pay G's family 350,000 pesos in damages for kidnapping with homicide. For kidnapping and serious illegal detention, he received another reclusion perpetua and ordered to pay G's heirs 225,000 pesos in damages plus imprisonment for 30 to 35 years for carjacking. The Court of Appeals ruled that the proceedings before the RTC were a sham and an apparent mockery of the judicial process such that Dumlo's acquittal was a foregone conclusion and in total disregard of the evidence, the High Court said in a statement. The Court of Appeals held that the RTC reached a conclusion that clearly contradicted the testimonies of witnesses, rendering the prosecution's presentation of evidence inuseful and bluntly abusing its discretion to a point so grave as to deprive it of its very power to dispense justice, it said. The High Court said that an acquittal is usually final to avoid double jeopardy, but there is an exception to this general rule in cases of grave use of discretion, which the CA found in the double trial. And finally, the Department of Justice has just launched a program aimed to help boost the local cruise industry by allowing eligible foreign nationals to enter the Philippines without visa. Justice Secretary Crispin Remulla, in a statement on Friday, said the DOJ was ecstatic to share the cruise visa waiver program, which the department is sure to be a key factor in augmenting the country's tourism as a whole. The justice system is never a hindrance for progress and should always be made accessible and at times flexible to promote economic growth, Remulla said. The program, which was launched on July 16, is being implemented in partnership with the Department of Tourism, DOT, and the Bureau of Immigration. There's no doubt that this project will lead to greater heights in the future, not just making the Philippines the top cruise destination, but making our country the top tourist destination in the world, he added. This has been a welcome development since the Philippines won the Asia's Best Cruise Destination Award at the World Cruise Awards in 2023. The CVWP was implemented through Immigration Memorandum Circular number 2024-001 that was approved by Remulla last month. Besides being non-convertible and non-extendable, the CVWP is only valid for a maximum of 14 days stay in the Philippines. It also requires for visitors to arrive from and depart on the same cruise ship. The DOJ, DOT, and BI made it clear the CVWP is only available to tourists who have no intention of deviating from their original itinerary upon application. And I guess that is it. Is it? Yep, okay. Yep, that will be it for koolNews Early Edition. As always, if you have any news tip or feedback you want to send us, you can do so by emailing it to tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. And the headlines will continue later with koolNews at noon, 4 p.m., 6 p.m., and prime time for an hour long at 9 p.m. Until then, I am Asphere along with Geometric Tomato. Now back to Hello Pilipinas. Alright, we are now back to Hello Pilipinas. As you can see, once again, this is Talk with Sense news studio, which we just used. It's nice here, and yeah, I like the look of it. But from what I'm aware from Sen yesterday, that he wants the color of the wall to be changed. So we won't be here. We won't stay here after the change has been implemented. But overall, this is a welcome improvement. So I'm liking this setup so far. So maybe I don't know, but yeah, we will be but for sauna coverage we might not be using the studio, but who knows. But again, this will be where Talk with Sen, this is Talk with Sen studio, but again, it looks nice. It looks I would say. But yeah, I'm digging this so far. I am digging this. Yes, I'm digging this so far. Yeah. All right. So now, and yeah, let's go to one of the stuff here. Actually, let's go back up now so we can conclude the show. But man, this was fun. This was fun. Thing the studio. But now it's time for me to go back upstairs. So give me a second. Go back up now. Okay, I am back upstairs now. So let's finish this off. If Geometric does return later before 9, well, I will be sitting here now. Here. So yes. Now where is it? Alright, there you go. Alright. Okay, so let's get into lifestyle now. Of course. So let's go have a look what's interesting today. Alright, coincidentally enough, this just came in, so that was an hour ago. 50 minutes ago. That's funny. So now let's do a screen share so I can show you this place where we're going to inquire lifestyle. A visit to a slow life coffee is worth the drive. La Union. Oh, that will be interesting. And yeah, so let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So as you can see here, this is the slow life. So this is a slow life cafe in La Union. Huh. And this is the building setup, what it looks like. And yeah, man, it kind of reminds me that how to say this? It kind of reminds me from where I used to live. Yeah. So if you look here, let's just read the first few sentences. At the northern terminus of T-Plex in Rosario La Union, a cafe has opened at the foot of a mountain lush with thick trees. Slow Life Coffee's owner, Ia Forbes, and her mother, Emma Forres, built the cafe as a reminder for people to just that, and enjoy life. The cafe's entrance opens up to a spacious terrace with a view of trees, making you forget that you are right by Tokyo Rosario Road, a main artery leading up to it. The soft fits and ceiling cladded of the cafe are all made of teak wood, timber. The 12 trees that were put to good use, adding to the sense of place. So, dang, this is nice, huh? Kudos to that one. Kudos to them. So I'll just show you right now. So let's just wait for it to load. So this is as you can see, this is the atmosphere of the cafe. Not my coffee hub, but the slow light cafe are shall I say a slow light coffee. The trees you can see here, where they use the trees for, you can see it's well made. Even the outdoor area looks really nice. So that's really cool and very neat. Okay, let's continue. A photograph by profession, Ia took to coffee during the pandemic when jobs were few and unsteady, and escaped anyway to keep her hands busy. Pre-pandemic, coffee was a driver for me to productivity. During the pandemic, specialty coffee became my fault for me, and I needed to be more engaged. I just wanted something tactile. Coffee created a space for me to just be and breathe. Specialty coffee also has a sensory aspect where it allows me to taste different things. That was exciting for me. Oh, yo! Nice quote. That's a nice quote. And if you look at the next picture, let me show you this one. You can see that this is the ups. I think this is upstairs, and you can see this is how the tables are. How the tables look like. Again, very nice. Well done. Well done to the cafe owner there. Well done to the cafe owner. So very cool. Very cool. Very cool. And there's more. Actually, there's more. Let me just show you some pictures. You can see this is the indoor areas, with, of course, with the view there, over here, here, and the tables there too. And it has, I believe, has an arrow on it outside. But yeah, oh man, I might do want to visit this place someday. Yeah, very nice looking place. I have to say, very nice looking place. Very nice looking place. So yeah. Let's continue a little bit more. During the preparation of the steep land for building and paving roads that would lead up to the chapel, she noticed the workers choosing the same place on the grounds to set up their makeshift hammocks to rest. This part was beautiful. I asked why they liked this, and they said that it was because it was cool and fresco. Original plans for a cafe were very modest. He had thought of a coffee cart at first. This idea was heard by her model, who thought a cart wouldn't be seen with all the trees around. Now the cafe is spread out onto 3 levels. Okay, so this is interesting. Clean restrooms on the lower level, the cafe and terrace on the main, and air-conditioned area on the second floor. Again, this is really nice, huh? I like how they set this up. So if we look here, there's more pictures. So this is how they serve here. This is how they serve. And as well as you can see, there's the bar at the Slow Life Coffee. So man, again, and there's more pictures here. Dang, this is pretty cool. And
What is that?
this is
Asphere?
the owners. This is Slow Life Coffee. Slow Life Coffee. So this is what I was showing you, Gio. The place looks nice. The place looks nice. So yeah, this is the part of lifestyle that we are showing you guys. But yeah,
How much you
again,
go
this
there?
is if anyone.
How much you spend for money?
How much did she spend? Well, she did not disclose how much she spent for
How
the
much for the food in there?
place.
How much for the food?
They don't have the price listed here, but this is just all about the coffee here. But again, but also wait.
Is this the hangout place? It's like any hangout place right there. And I know it's in La Union, which means I could theoretically go there soon.
I think so. This is more like a hangout place. Yes, this is more like a hangout place. Yes.
Okay, interesting.
But yeah,
Do they have TV in there? Do they have ABS, CBN, Kapamilya channel? Because if there is, Cheeto would love it.
most likely not. Most likely not.
Sad because it would be sad because Cheeto does not want to go to any place that doesn't have a Kapamilya channel simulcast.
Lamau.
So yeah, guys,
Anyways,
it's
and also
8:58.
I just
It's 8:58.
before we go, there's also more here. Hey, there's small Pokemon toys and check next that I allow. So that yeah, there's that. Again, if anyone's interested in visiting this place, which is called Slow Life Coffee, you can visit them right now in La Union. We have yet
La
to
Union.
share the address, but again, it's in La Union. All right. Gio, anything else before we wrap up?
Of course, everyone will be a big announcement, big things happening in Cool News, and of course, Cool News special coverage of the Sauna 2024 coming soon, July 22, 2024, guys. And of course, we will see you guys Sunday. Except for me, because I am returning on a Saturday. I will be exclusive to Saturdays.
Okay, so yeah, and so yeah, again, we will be back tomorrow on the same time, same networks
Same time,
at 7
same
a.m. to 9 a.m. on. Yes. Until then, I am Asphere.
Geometric Tomato, you see you tomorrow with more Hello Pilipinas. Let's go!
Let's go. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.